Okay, so coming into open, I've been watching ISIG. I do like ISIG for a 1 minute MACD curl. It did make some random move. I don't think it has any news, if I'm not mistaken. But what I didn't like about it is how choppy it was. So it was just rejecting these levels for a while actually. It couldn't really hold up, and that's what kind of let me down on this whole thing. I do want to see a proper setup on it. 10-minute lows breaking here, or it just broke, I'd say. 1583 and it hit 1575 there for a second. I could buy this rip through 16 for this 1 minute hybrid break. There's VWAP 1690 now, 17. I did not expect it to go that high, if I'm being honest. Straight into a halt. So could have bought that dip into this halt, but judging by the way it was moving pre-market, I wasn't really sure about it. Obviously, I'm making a mistake here, not buying that dip entry at 1570. That would have been basically me done for the day if I just took that single trade. But I do want to see a proper setup on it compared to just buying that rip. So unfortunately, I didn't get in on that. That was an obvious trade. I mean, I looked at the 10 minute; it was dipping below. I wanted to buy that dip, just so that I can get it on the next 10 minute, or that same 10 minute could, still have potential. Buy the dip here because it's below VWAP, and it seemed to be holding some support. I just drew that line there. So since it was holding for a couple candles, I figured, this could definitely rip. 5 minute and 10 minute MACD look good. 1 minute MACD look probably the best because obviously it's curling. So that should have been a good trade to take, but I didn't take it. So another one we had on watch was RELI. So I do like RELI here for the 10 minute setup. 1 minute's not too bad. They're all, I guess they all cross the MACD except for the 10 minute. The 10 minute looks like it wants to cross, but the 1 and 5 minute already made that move. Now we're just waiting for them to actually shoot higher, which I think we can wait on that one. And LGVN here had sympathy momentum towards ISIG. Didn't have as much volume in it, but it was making a similar move to ISIG this morning. Just an unexpected rip around the same time ISIG ripped. I would be going for the 10 minute high most likely. The 5 minute's cool, but I would be going for the 10 minute high, I think, of 1418, which right now I think it's the exact same as a 5 minute. But this one I want to wait for it to get more volume, at least more attention. If it hits the scan, that's gonna for sure give it a lot more attention. There's RELI popping up on the scans now. Let's see what this one's doing. So like I said, I like the 5 and 10 minute setup on it. It looks clean, but I don't like these rejections on it. So 1690 to 735, all the way back down to 7. Kind of want to see it hold a level at least. This was our leading gapper this morning, but now it's kind of just rejecting here. See if we get another pullback here. I want to see if we're gonna get a pullback or if it's gonna be a nasty flush. Maybe I should wait for this candle to sideways consolidate. I don't want it to break this previous high of 735. I want it to consolidate here, and then I can get in on the next 1 minute candle potentially to break that high. Like I said, the only thing I don't like about it is the 10 minute MACD. 10 minute MACD looks kind of gross to me. So maybe this might be I might have to wait another minute for the next 5 minute candle to open. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Just wait another minute for the 5 minute candle to open, and then we can go for the 5 minute high break of 735. Once we hit 735, I would like to see it hit 750, potentially break 750, and then I'll sell my position. Because high here pre-market is about 750. So what I don't want to see is a break of 7, but it looks like that's what we're going to have here. So almost a double bottom there. Let's see. I don't know if I should take bigger size on this one or not. I'm a little nervous because, again, the 10 minute. I think I'm going to take small size on it. I think that's what I should do. Spreads aren't too big on this one. Unlike ISIG, they're about 15-20 cents. Spreads are kind of big, but not too huge. Big support there at 705. Just got taken out. Oh, not yet. Still holding support. Let's see, will they get taken out here? Will we get the break of 702, 95. There's the break of 7. 10-minute makes me a little nervous. I was hoping for a more significant break on the 5-minute, so I guess I just saved myself there. So 5-minute low just broke, and that's a nasty drop on it. It's only about 20 or 30 cents. Oh no, it's actually like 40 cents. Never mind. So that's kind of a gross drop. Let's go back to ISIG. This one's gonna open here. Oh no, it should open about another 2 minutes. Oh wow, I just resumed there for no reason. Okay. So I could buy in here, but I want to wait for a proper setup. Wow, that was a whole dollar spread for a second there. That was insane. I could buy these dips, but again, I'm just going to wait. 40-cent spread there. I'm going to wait it out for a proper setup. I'm not going to buy these halts. I'm not going to buy these dips into these halts. This one's too whippy, and the spreads are really big. So I might not even trade this one because it's completely out of my price range as well. If I see a proper setup like I missed out on last time with SOPA, I believe, if I see a proper setup, I'll take it. But right now, I just want to see, you know, a good setup, one that I'm confident in, and one that I know, you know, is profitable. The spreads are huge on this one though, or at least they're tightening up now. They were big for a second. I could have sworn I had seen a dollar spread for a second, which is insane. So let's see, we're gonna get a pullback here. And how significant of a pullback is it gonna break that 1-minute low? We still got another 3 minutes before the next 5-minute candle opens. Kind of curious to see whether this is gonna consolidate for 2 candles and then we get a third rip, or what this wants to do. So there it just broke the 1-minute low for a second. 90 by 93, yeah. I like the 10-minute. The 5-minute doesn't look so convincing, but the next 10-minute will open, and the next 10-minute high is 2068, which I do like. I don't want this 1-minute candle high to break. If it just rips without me, then oh well, it's gonna go without me. I want to see it consolidate, so it broke its 1-minute high there. I still want to see some sideways consolidation before we actually get a breakthrough. Just because of the 5-minute. 5 minutes about to open here in the next minute and a half. So it's either going to be this next candle or the next 1-minute candle that rips. I wouldn't want to see it in this specific candle here. And of course, I'll be taking small share size just because of how big, like right here, the spread's right there for 30 cents for a second. I'm immediately past my stop loss. BTCY just got halted. I'm not sure what happened there. Depending on how this one finishes, I might take an entry, but it looks like it might finish a little low. Okay, never mind. It's finishing kind of high, so I can get in here. 2017. Could have gone in there and sold for that high break. But I think what I'm going to do is wait for the 5-minute. It feels like it's having a hard time breaking up here, so I'm thinking I'm going to wait for that 5-minute setup for a proper break. Let's see. 5 and 10-minute, I guess. And mainly the 10-minute. I guess the 10-minute high here is what? 2068. Yeah, so this is a false break on the 1-minute. I'm not surprised. We might get another 1-minute pullback here and that's where I think I'll take my entry at VWAP. Just depends on how low this thing's gonna drop. Because both the 5 and 10 minute look strong. 1 minute MACD has me a little iffy, but 5 and 10 minute setups are really strong right now. See if we get that drop here. See if it breaks this 1 minute low. One minute MACD has me a little nervous, if I'm being honest. Hit that 30-second mark. This is where second wave of momentum comes in. So there's 2010. Still no strong move here yet. Coming up to the 50-second mark. Third wave usually comes in around 55. See, this is our deciding factor here. Break that 1 minute low. Just gonna rip. This might be a false break because the 1 minute MACD has me a little nervous. 20, 30, 40. There's a triple top. So hit 60 for a second. That would have been profitable. So I could have taken an entry on this candle down at 20. 70. So that was my entry. I missed my entry for sure. Now the 5 minute doesn't look super hot. 10 minute high broke as well. So I completely missed the trade on this one. I wanted to take it here, but I'm expecting a false break. Just like this, I guess. I wanted to see if it was going to break this 1 minute low. Just because the 1 minute MACD had me a little spooked there for a second. So we did get the break that we were looking for. But I didn't take my entry because the 1 minute had me a little confused. That's all right. Let's go and check out RELI. RELI's breaking lower here, so that kind of sucks. Leading gapper. SOPA is moving higher. Could potentially take a trade on this for the daily high to break. It's around 1520, I believe. LGVN. See if this one has a little traction to it. I do like the 1 minute MACD. 5 minute does not look terrible. 10 minute looks a little iffy. If this next 10 minute opens pretty high, then that would look really strong. So I kind of want to take an entry here for the break of its last 1 minute high. 64, 68. Next 1 minute, I'll get in on a pullback if it can hold. I don't like that drop right there all the way back to 50. Spreads are 18 cents right now. Kind of want to get in on a good spread here. It's showing 64 by 50 something, and I kind of want to see it pull back a little more on the ask. It's 50 on the bid, 65 on the ask. Can the ask hit the 50s is what I'm wondering. So there's 59. Got about 20 more seconds on this candle here. It already broke its daily high. It's 51. Now it's 46 by 60, 53. I don't like the price action on it. BTCY just resumed. Not sure what's going on with this one. Let's see if we get a 2 candle pullback here. It already broke its 5 and 10 minute high. Has very little daily resistance here. And it does have a history of selling off. So no news on ISIG. Let's go back to ISIG, make sure I'm not missing anything. I do like the setup here on BTCY, but I don't like the 5 and 10 minute. IBRX actually popping on the scans. 10-minute high break, 5-minute high break. ISIG, let's go back to this one. So ISIG just sideways at the moment. Next 5-minute will open here. Let's see if we get a significant break on the 5-minute. 5-minute high is 2087. 1-minute MACD is still not crossed yet. So this 5-minute low is 1957. I'm still waiting for the MACD on the 1-minute because it doesn't seem like it has a lot of strength left. Judging by how little volume's coming in and how much red volume was just in that last candle after these two green. I do think this one has the most potential of all the stocks we're watching. I just want to see a better setup than what's been presented so far, I guess. Obviously, that halt level or that halt it came into is, you know, probably the best opportunity I had. But I still want to wait for a proper setup. So there, the 1-minute MACD's crossing finally. See if we get that 5-minute low to break of 57. There's 68 on the bid. I don't know why I feel like this one is going to have a significant drop sometime soon. It feels like this one's just real top heavy up here. It feels like it's gonna have to break. $71. Dude, this one's really just chopping around. Has me a little confused as to what I want to do here. 70.55. There's a significant break there all the way to 1860. So finally we got that break that we wanted. It's still in low red volume, surprisingly. If this can finish high within the next couple candles, if this 5-minute can finish around, I don't know, I'd say like 1950. Above VWAP for sure. If it can finish high, then this looks pretty strong, I'd say, for another curl back to this overall high of 2087, the daily high. The way it's breaking down here doesn't have me super convinced. I just like that it actually held up after being after dropping like that. Normally they'll hit like 1860, let's just say, and then break 1850, and then just kind of hold 1850, and then break to 1830, and then 20. So it's just, I like that this one actually popped up, and now it's back above 19. It's 1940, 55. So small little pop there. I like that this one's above VWAP. I like that it's finishing at a decent level. I would like to see the 10-minute finish green, so maybe this should finish around 20. 1980 would be fine as well. I would like to see 1980. Let's see what this wants to do. We still have about another minute and a half before the next 5-minute opens, before the next 10-minute opens as well. 10-minute high here is 2087. I want to take an early entry, but I'm a little hesitant from that drop right there. 1-minute MACD looks like it has potential to curl for sure. So here's a 1980, like that. Next 1-minute candle I can get in on for anticipation of the 5-minute high break. So we get a drop here on the ask. No drop on the ask, just immediate break of 20. So the ask was showing 90 the entire time. I didn't want to buy that. I was hoping to get a drop to 70 there. I hope this just doesn't rip into another halt or something, or break this last 5-minute high. It's gonna kind of suck. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to get in a little higher here. That was my entry down here at VWAP. Just a little late on it. I want to see a pullback so I can get a good entry. See, it went to 30 on the bid, but 54 on the ask. 20 on the ask now. Geez, that 1 minute's pulling back quite a lot there. Still showing 33 on the ask there. Could buy in, but it's pulling back, so I'm gonna wait for some sideways consolidation before we get that 5-minute high to break. Hopefully this 1 minute can consolidate, or I can get a better entry here. I would like to see a drop potentially towards 20 and take an entry. I don't want to see it break on this 1 minute. I still want to see some sideways consolidation on at least on this 1 minute for the 10-minute high to break overall. Because the 1 minute MACD is curling here, which I do really like. Just want to see a proper pullback. I don't want to get in too early here. $62. So it ended up breaking that high there. I didn't even see it on the ask, if I'm being real. 78. So, god damn it, man. So got the break there. Didn't take my entry again. I was hoping to see a pullback, but obviously a quick rip towards the last couple seconds there. And a quick rip like that, I mean, obviously a rejection comes along with it. So getting kind of frustrated with this one. It's not setting up exactly how I want. Maybe it's just me waiting for the perfect setup, waiting for that, right move, even though it's not a particularly right move. Obviously, I've had multiple chances. I could have got in here a long time ago. I could have got in here a long time ago. Could have got in here a long time ago, when the halt initially started. There's a lot of entries I could have taken, but I was waiting for a perfect setup on this one. Hasn't happened yet. At least for me. So here's a pullback candle. The one I was actually hoping for. 5 and 10 minutes still look pretty good. False break on the MACD. The 5 minute has me a little nervous though, because it has large wicks on the first initial candles. And now this one also has a big wick. This candle would have to pull back and bounce all the way back up to 21 just about. If we see a significant drop, especially right here below 19 or below 20 all the way into like 1950. So there's 1990, 1980. Not much bounce to this one. 5 and 10 minute don't look the best right now either. So clearly it's having a very hard time holding above 2050. So now that the 5 and 10 minute don't look the best, I'm curious as to whether I'm hopping in on the back end of the move already. That's what I don't want to do. Nothing else is popping on the scans either. Like everything's completely dead. So this is the only one that we have on watch at the moment, I'd say. We're gonna get that break here of 1980. Okay, so that's good to see that it's still holding its level. We do have about 1 more minute before the next 5 minute opens though, and that's where I'm kind of confused as to what I want to do. This has to finish high. I'd say this would have to finish around 21 for me to stay interested in it, but it doesn't look too convincing up here. Kind of just chopping around. Honestly, I feel like I'm gonna be catching the back end of the move this late in the day. It's having a real hard time holding its levels. That's already one sign. Has a history of selling off. I don't know. Tomorrow could be an even more significant break. That's where we could see some real momentum probably. But right now I'm feeling a little FOMO, missing out on I guess 3 or 4 different moves here. So there's a rejection on the 1 minute. So I guess where I would stay interested is if this 5 minute low breaks and then pops all the way back up to about 21 here. And I think that's where I'd stay interested. We have 4.5 more minutes to see. But I don't know. The way this one's chopping around, how it's having a hard time breaking 2050. It's holding its 19 level, but I don't think it's going to be very long because it seems like it's shifting momentum here. It broke through 20, now it's back below, or it broke through 2050, now it's back below 2050. And it's kind of like trying to pop up, but there's so much resistance there. It's just the volume's kind of dying out as well. Doesn't have me super convinced. But every time there is an opportunity, there's a lot of buying in it. There's a lot of green candles in it. So, I don't know. I do want to see a break its low here, not significantly, but I do want to see its low break, and then we can potentially see a curl all the way back up to 21 for the next 5 minute candle and 10 minute candle. I would like to see it above 21 though, so that way we can see the high. This 10 minute candle break, which is 2150 basically. So low of this candle is 1982. That's all we need to break. 85, 80. So there's the break. Not a significant break, which is great. Needs to pop back up here though. And get back above 20. There's 20. I have my order at 20. So I try to buy that at 20 there. I wasn't filled, obviously. I want to buy it at 20 because I like where this is going now. Could still buy this, but false break there. So that was unexpected. However, I'm not too surprised. So good thing I guess I wasn't filled because obviously that would not have gone my way. So like I had said, I guess I did catch the back end of the move. If I would have got filled there at 20, I would have been catching the back end of the move. And this would be a significant loss. So immediate rejection. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna wrap it up. Kind of getting frustrated already. That trade was purely off of FOMO. I was looking for a right setup on it, but as I mentioned, I was pretty sure I was catching the back end of the move, unfortunately. And I was correct, but thankfully I wasn't filled on it. So saved myself there by canceling the order instead of waiting it out. I do like LGVN here, but the momentum seems to have died out on this one too. It's not a huge mover either. SOPA, we can go back to this one. And obviously I had that huge rejection right there. Actually, SOPA looks pretty good. It has this cup formation. See if we get a massive rejection just like the other ones here. Is he gonna break this low? Is he gonna pop back up? Either way, momentum seems to be dead on this one too. It doesn't seem like it has so much action going on. I do like this formation here though. Um, Yeah, I guess I'm done. So ISIG was the one to watch, and clearly I didn't make what I had of it. I didn't take the trades as I should have, but you know, I could have taken the entry here a long time ago. Should have taken another entry here, but I was waiting for that pullback on this candle actually. Waiting for that proper pullback to get that 21 rip. Just didn't take it. So completely my fault there. Beginning as well, had that dip at my support line. Could have bought that, and that would have been probably the best trade of the day. Held into the halts, and then boom, it just ripped from the halts. It opened pretty low, but then it surged really high there, all the way to 20. So, I mean, knowing that it held all these levels, I could have definitely held and made a lot of money on that trade from 15 all the way to 20, basically. If I actually took, oh, well, 16 to 20, so about $1,200 if I held that entire thing. But realistically, I could have sold right here after the second halt. I might have held it if I'm being real. I might have. I don't know. It just depends on the price action. I wasn't sure. But either way, missed these opportunities. Definitely more action compared to yesterday. Yesterday was completely dead, but clearly I couldn't capitalize on these. Several rules would have been broken for sure if I traded this stock. One, the spreads are way too big. Two, obviously it's out of my price range. Three, it would have been primarily a FOMO trade or just a gamble because there was no setup in particular that I was super excited about, except for this move here. I was really excited about this one, but I wanted that 1 minute to sideways consolidate, and then towards the last couple seconds, it just ripped without me. So then here I was gonna take an entry because I liked how it was curling for a second. 5 minute and 10 minute didn't look too bad, but obviously it popped for a little bit and then it just broke lower. So that was a complete false break, and I should have recognized that. Good thing I wasn't filled though, so no loss there. You know, it's just another day. I don't take any trades, I guess. Missed out on some good opportunities, but that's on me. So anyways, with that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow.